To watch the full lecture of all subjects, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon because whenever I post the new videos, you will get the immediate notifications.
Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. From this particular part, let us start with the new subject, that is financial management. This is as per the new scheme. In that, I'll be starting with the first module, that is Introduction to Financial Management. In this particular part 1 video, let us discuss about what is the meaning of finance, what is the definition of finance, what is the meaning of business finance, and what is the definition of business finance. Introduction to finance. Now, what is finance? We can simply say that finance means money. See, in order to run day-to-day life, we require money, isn't it? We need to cook food. For that, we need to purchase grocery. To purchase grocery, we need money. To travel, we use a two-wheeler. To put petrol, for that, we need money, isn't it? So, money is required, or I can say that money is very essential for our day-to-day operations. So the term finance means it is a money or provision of money or funds. So providing money from various suitable options is known as finance. When you need to provide money at the time when it is needed, when you need money, when the need arises, that time you need to provide the money. That is known as finance. Finance is a lifeblood of business. So, finance is the lifeblood of business. So, to run any business, to start the business, to end the business, to run the business, for everything we require finance, isn't it? To start a new company, we require money. To run the day-to-day operations of the business, we require money. And to even close the company also, we require certain amount of money. So we can say that what is finance means, it is the art and science of managing money. The art and science of managing money is known as finance. Next, we all know that in our life, all problem starts with money and ends up with money. How problem starts with money? When there is no enough money in our hands, problem starts. When money comes, the problem ends. Now, for example, there's a person A and I have taken a bank loan of 5,000 rupees. Now it's time for me to pay. I don't have money. There the problem starts. Then I'll get money. Then I pay the loan. The problem ends. So all problem starts with money and it also ends with money. That is the power of money. Next, finance is a supreme both at individual as well as corporate. Even for individual persons, the finance is required. Even for corporate level, businesses, companies, be it partnership, the finance is required. So finance is required even for individuals also as well as companies also. So to understand and study this particular finance is a very important part of the business concern. So every work of a business comes in, or the main area which the business has to focus is on this particular finance. So this particular finance, that is the next point, it includes capital. Capital is the money invested into business. Then the funds, or we can even call it as money. So all this are included in finance, but each terminologies have different meanings and it has a unique meaning. Finance function is the procurement of funds and their effective utilization in the business concern. Let me take up a slide to explain this particular point. So finance function, there is a term called finance function. About this we'll be studying in depth. Just I'll give you the concept. Just keep that concept in the mind. Here the first step is procurement of funds. Procurement means purchasing of funds or getting the funds. from various sources are there. So regarding various sources we will discuss in future, but just think that finance function is the procurement of funds. After procuring, what you will do, you will simply keep it in a locker? No. Effective utilization, you will utilize the funds. Effective utilization of funds. So the finance function is the procurement of funds as well as effective utilization of funds. This is the finance function. Next. It is true that finance is the basic requirement for all kind of business activity. Any kind of business activity you take, whether it is school, hospital, hotels, grocery shop, supermarket, for all kinds of business, the finance is the basic requirement. Without finance, we cannot undertake any of the activity. However, efficient functioning of all kinds of business activities is dependent on not the mere availability of funds but effective utilization of funds. By chance, in my company, I am having 5 lakh of finance. It is not a great job of having 5 lakh finance, but the actual task is in the utilization of finance. You have to distribute how much amount of this 5 lakh you use for this particular activity, how much finance you have to allocate for B activity, how much finance you need to allocate for C activity. So simply having the finance in your hand is not so great, but the effective utilization of the finance whatever you have is something which makes an efficient functioning of business. This is the second point. The third point, it is said that the money or even finance has to be efficiently managed or utilized. As I told you that it has to be managed in a very efficient way. Next, the meaning of finance. As I told you that finance is a lifeblood of a business. So without finance, we cannot run the business. To start a business, to run the business, to end the business. Finance is must. It means funds, means cash or cash equivalents. It can be a liquid cash or else cash equivalents or cash worth or money worth. It means provision of money as and when it is required. For example, for next month I require for next month, let me take an example that I require 5,000 rupees. So providing this 5,000 rupees in the next month is something called as finance. So providing the money whenever the need arises. Finance is all about management of funds. So management of fund, you will have funds in the company. Managing that funds in a very effective and efficient manner is all about finance. The management of funds such as system that includes a circulation of money. Simply you cannot keep the money in your hand. Either you need to plan for investing the money in something or utilizing the money in the productive manner. Simply if you keep the money in hand, it will not give any return. Then granting of credit. Suppose you're dealing with the business of electrical equipment. So the customer comes and purchases your product on credit. So granting of credit is also a kind of finance. Then the making of investments. As I told you that simply if you keep the cash in hand, it will not give any profit. You have to invest that money in somewhere so that you will get returns on investment. And the provision of banking facilities. Everything. These are all the things the finance includes. Definition of finance. According to Paul G. Hastings, finance is the management of monetary affairs. What is the meaning of monetary affairs? Monetary affairs which are all the transactions which involve money. That is monetary affairs of a company. It includes determining what has to be paid for raising the money. What has to be paid means, see here. For example, I am raising 5 lakh rupees from bank as a loan. Okay. So while paying back, I have to pay 50% of interest. Sorry, 10% of interest, which is 50,000. So total, how much I need to pay? 5 lakh 50,000. I got only 5 lakh, but I need to pay 5 lakh 50,000. So here I have to pay 50,000 extra. This is only determining what has we paid for raising the money. To raise 5 lakh rupees money, I am paying 50,000 extra totally by paying 5 lakh 50,000. And even determining the best terms available. See, I can raise the finance by issuing shares. I can raise the finance by issuing debentures. I can take loans. So there are various options available. So which is the best option and which is the most profit makeable option, that has to be chosen, and devoting available funds for best uses. Now I have raised 5 lakh rupees. So raising the amount is not a big deal, but now I have to plan how to use this 5 lakh rupees. How to use it is called as utilization. How to utilize this 5 lakh money is important. So finance is all about getting the money and making a best utilization of money. Next, what is the meaning of business finance? So finance means what? It is a art and science of managing money. So similarly, business finance means it's the funds and credit employed in the business. Whatever the funds you have collected or you have raised, and whatever the credit employed, credit you would have taken certain credit, you would have given certain credit to your customers. Managing all those things is business finance. It deals with raising, administrating and disbursing funds needed by business units. Now, for example, let me take a slide to explain you this thing. Now, in my company, there are production department, sales department, marketing department, and purchase department. Now, production department will give me a requirement of 2 lakh rupees funds. Sales department will ask me for 1 lakh for marketing, sorry, for the salesman salary, that this everything. Marketing people will ask me 50,000 of funds. Purchase department will ask 50,000 of funds. So, total now how much fund I should get? 2 lakh plus 1 lakh, 3 lakh plus 1 lakh, 4 lakh. Now, the 4 lakh fund I need to raise from the public. So the first step is raising 4 lakh rupees of fund. After I raise the fund, I need to distribute the money required for each of my business units. Then I need to check. Simply distributing and sitting is not a mere function. I need to check whether this 2 lakh rupees are utilized properly, whether for productive work they are utilizing this 2 lakh rupees, whether these people are using 1 lakh rupees in a productive way, whether these people are utilizing 50,000 in a productive way. Similarly, raising, administrating and disbursing funds needed by the business units is a main function of finance. Next, definition of business finance. According to the Wheeler, business finance is that business activity which is concerned with the acquisition and conversion of capital fund in meeting the financial needs and overall objectives of a business organization. In every business organization, there will be a financial needs. There is a must and should certain finance should be there in the organization. So gathering, raising all those finance, then disbursing such finance according to the requirements of the company is what known as business finance. So this was all about the introduction part. Hope you have understood about the introduction part very well. If you have understood about this, please put in the comment box that you have understood. At the same time, if you have any doubt or queries in any of the particular topics, please put all your doubts and queries in the comment box so that I'll respond to your doubts as soon as possible. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon, because as and how I post the new videos, you will get the immediate notification. Thank you for watching my video. I'll come back with the next video.
If you have any queries regarding today's session, kindly send your queries to education.mbroadcast@gmail.com.